Gun Freak Nation. Yeah.
What up, Gun Freak Nation?
Smoke will run it. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Ain't no funky savage gonna take the show. We got the heat, we got the fire, we bring the flow, flow, flow. Number one, baby, this is how it go. Gun Freak Nation. We hold it down. Gun Freak Nation. The kings of the town. Send that stank savage to funky town. Click, clack, pow. We ain't play no games. No game. Got that swagger, got that aim, got that flame. This town's ours, better learn our name. Say it. Gun Freak Nation, yeah, we bring the fame.
Where my shit at? Gun Freak Nation, what's good with y'all? What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? America's on fire right now, y'all. America is on fire right now. You feel me? Shit is crazy right now. Never before have I seen in my lifetime country so fucking divided right now. You feel me? But I want to go live and chime in on what everybody's talking about, man. Give my little humble opinion, you feel me, on this situation. Giving a little bit, you know, more people to come up in this bitch. What up, though, Gun Freak? Hey, what up, though, D-Money, what's up? Boom, what up, though? Midwest Rapper Man, what it do? Eddie. Yo, Eddie. What it do, my brother? My daughter's on me at the Red 92X. Hey, you got the best daughter in the world. You got the best. If your daughter, my bitch, if your daughter bought you a Beretta 92X, you got the best daughter in the entire fucking world. Okay? Salute to your daughter. You raised her rail, sir. What up, though, Kaboom? Oh, yeah, of course. And Julia's all over it. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to that beautiful young woman that lost her life. That's first and foremost. First and foremost, condolences go out to the young woman's. Forgive me. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, because I think her name was Janet Good. I may be wrong. What's the name of the ICE shooting victim in Minnesota? What's her name? God damn. Hold on. What's the victim's name in the ICE shooting in Minnesota? Because I wanna make sure that I say her proper name out of respect. Because I just now, believe it or not, I just now found out about this yesterday. Well, thanks a lot, Google. You still ain't said her name. Anybody in the chat know her name? Okay, yeah, Renee Good. Rest in peace to her. You know, like I said, I just found this out yesterday, and I saw the video of it. You know what I'm saying? I saw the video. Man, we ain't gonna crack no jokes. We not gonna kaboom. Come on, man. Come on. Hey, rest in peace to that young lady, man. I'm gonna say this. You got people on the left that got their opinion. You got people on the right that have their opinion. And people usually gonna stand their ground on what they believe in, depending on what side they on. They're gonna look at it from two different perspectives. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. Them left people that tend to be on the left a lot, the ones that don't believe in guns and that you should, I just saw one of the most amazing videos on YouTube that had me bewildered. It was a guy that said you should not, he was a left motherfucker, one of them left motherfuckers. He was like, you should never own a gun because guns are evil. Even if a home invasion happened to you, fight them off. Fight them off. So that's to me a dangerous person, but not dangerous to us, but dangerous to himself. Because everybody know that if they put in a home invasion on you, they coming in with guns. How you gonna fight somebody with guns? But that just tells me how crazy these motherfucking left people is. Not all of you, but some of you are just stone shit fucking crazy off this fucking world. And that's where I disagree with you, where you think everything should be handled by some type of social worker or something. Years ago, it was a nigga pulled the gun out on the police and didn't expect to be shot. Let me repeat this. A few years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, it was a nigga put a gun out at the police and shot at them. They criticized the left movement here in Detroit, criticized the police for shooting them. They said, y'all shouldn't even came on the scene. Y'all should have just sent out social workers. You should have sent out social workers. Welcome to reality. So I want to touch on the situation that happened in Minnesota. And the you got the governor, you got the mayor. The mayor was talking all kind of cash shit. My thing is this: let law enforcement do their fucking jobs. Okay? Let law enforcement do their fucking jobs. And I've preached this ever since I started this channel. Well, since the channel became, I don't know what the fuck you call my channel. It ain't no fucking GunTube channel. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's just a channel. And it's just me being me. And this is why I appreciate and love y'all for fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? For accepting me for being me. And if you don't, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. But this is my 2 cents on this situation, my 50 cents on this situation. I've been telling y'all for the longest, since 2017, my nigga, that when you encounter any type of law enforcement, it's 2 things on the line. The ones that, that been fucking with me for the longest, y'all know what I'm about to say. Anytime, and I'm not telling y'all to be no pussy. I'm not telling y'all to be no ramp. I'm not telling y'all to be none of that. I'm telling y'all niggas to be alive, to stay up the fuck alive. Now, I'm going to repeat myself once again. Anytime when you encounter law enforcement, whether it's in your house or out there on the streets, or a traffic stop or whatever, there's 2 things on the line: your freedom and your life. Okay? Y'all hear me? It's 2 things on the line: anytime when you encounter law enforcement, your freedom and your life, okay? It's 3 different phases to this shit. They gonna ask you, that's phase 1. They gonna ask you, phase 2, they gonna tell you, and the final escalation is they gonna make you. And during that phase, nigga, you can lose your fucking life. So it's not to be taken, this is not to be taken lightly. And I've been telling y'all that for about 8-9 years now. So let me just make this short. When ICE approached that beautiful young lady in her vehicle, all she had to do was just listen to what the fuck they had to say. All she had to do was just comply with the fuck they was telling her to comply with, telling her to do, and she would be here to see another day. And if they wronged her or disrespected her in any kind of way, she could have put in a complaint and took this shit to court or whatever. Got a lawyer, got lawyered up or whatever. Everything should have been on video if they had on their cameras. Or she could have got her phone and documented it. Sometimes people, you got to use your common sense and stop listening to those fucking idiots that's saying, fight the police, fight back, resist. Where the fuck are they when the shit hit the fan? When you taking your fucking last breath? They shot her in her face 3 fucking times. And I'm not saying that they were justified in doing that. The cop could have just simply moved out the fucking way when she was trying to escape, when she was trying to remove herself from that situation. I don't know the whole story because everything wasn't documented on video, but that shit is irrelevant. It don't fucking matter. Just like in the case of Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. You know, what matters is the last few seconds of the situation when he felt like he got his ass kicked, and Trayvon beat his ass, rightfully so, because I would have kicked his ass too. But I would have been armed. I would have been armed. If he fell for his life, if somebody, just shut the fuck up for a second. If somebody is on top of you and they banging your fucking head up against the sidewalk, and you got a gun, and you either use that gun, you either use that gun or lose your life. And I'm just keeping it real. I'm not by no means defending that bitch ass nigga George Zimmerman, but I'm just telling you how the law goes. How the law goes. Okay? That nigga was all the way wrong stalking Trayvon and starting that shit in the first fucking place. So he don't get a pass for me. I'm telling y'all, for you stupid, dumb motherfuckers that's in here that's watching, that's how the law works. That's how the nigga was able to get away with murder. Okay? Because he claimed self-defense, stand your ground. So moving forward to this incident, why would you, when the cops is clearly on you, you're not going to get away. I'll never understand in a million fucking years, maybe because she happened to be a white woman and like, nigga, I'm black. So I know how to move accordingly. You got to treat, remember that movie, Forrest Gump? You know, you get a box of chocolates, you never know whether some of the shit gonna be nasty, some of it may be good. But you just never know what type of cop you're gonna get, whether it's ICE or I don't give a fuck if it's the school police. He's still or she's still a fucking cop. So for you, it wasn't smart for her to be in her fucking vehicle, and try to maneuver around the cop that was in front, The cop could have simply just got the fuck out the way, but maybe he didn't feel like moving that fucking day. So instead, he put one in her head, and then once he jumped to the side, he put another two to the side of her head. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? I want to ask y'all in the comments right now. Whose fault is that? Is it the cop's fault because he didn't feel like jumping out the way when she was acting crazy driving that fucking truck? Or is it her fault for trying to flee a scene? I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, goddamn. Anytime when you are stopped by the police and you're giving them a hard time and you're not complying, you setting yourself up for a fight that you're not going to win. You're going to lose that fight. And when she did the fuck shit that she did, because I'm going to tell y'all something, you got a lot of these left-wing liberal motherfuckers spreading lies and going to get even more people killed if they ignorant and stupid enough to listen to them. They're trying to say that this woman wasn't trying to hit that cop. They trying to say that she was just simply trying to leave the scene and that it wasn't worthy of death. I would agree with that. But at the same time, when you got your vehicle, a 2-ton fucking vehicle that can be used as a deadly weapon, I'm gonna put it to you like this. If I was a police officer, even if I wasn't, and somebody I feel like they're trying to run me over in their fucking vehicle, I'm gonna send your mother. I'm gonna send you to Funky Town, because that car is now you are utilizing that car as a weapon. And anybody know when cops are around, you don't know whether you got some scary motherfuckers or you got some rational cops. I've met many cool ass cops in my lifetime. I've encountered many cool cops. Most of them motherfuckers was cool. Some of them were some fucking assholes, like robots. Didn't want to have a conversation with you. None of that shit. Them the ones you got to watch out for. But I'm telling y'all niggas, for y'all own good, simply comply. Because I'm telling you right now, if George Floyd would have just simply got the fuck up out of there, whether the nigga tried to cash a counterfeit $20 bill or not, nigga, why the fuck was you still sitting in front of that goddamn store waiting on the police to come get your ass? Why? And then when the police did arrive, why didn't you just simply comply? I'm not saying he got what he deserved. So y'all see what the point I'm trying to make is that anytime when you encounter law enforcement and you not complying, things can escalate to the point to where you lose your life. Because if George would have simply complied, man, okay, I done fucked up. I didn't know that it was a counterfeit $20 bill. You know, I don't have people pass counterfeit money off on me, and I didn't know it until I tried to catch it. And they, you know, I'm like, I didn't know. So I mean, all he had to do was just admit to it. Hey, man, you know, take me to jail. Do what you got to do. It's over with. I ain't about to fight with you. In order for in order for a situation to get to point B, it's got to be a point A. And I'm telling y'all, stay at point A. Give me my ticket. Take me to jail. But I'm not about to I'm not about to hold court on the street. Whether I feel like you're wronging me or not, I'm not going to hold court and try to fight you out in the street, because I know what the outcome going to be. The outcome is going to be I'm about to get fucked up or get killed, or one or the other. And both options is not, that's not it. So she fucked up. And I feel bad for her. I don't know whether she panicked, whether she was having an anxiety attack, people trying to say now, oh, but she was scared because it was masked men running up to her car with guns. Come on, man. That lady had to know them they were cops. See, that's one thing about a liberal or a left, and I'm not talking about everybody, but they will try to justify the most dumbest, stupidest, simplified shit. And they will try to justify it, but instead of just calling it for what it is, so maybe people will listen to them and it will not be another incident where somebody is losing their life at the hands of the police. They will justify that shit and say that the police was in the wrong. And I'm not saying that they was in the right in this situation, but what I am saying is when you are dealing with law enforcement, when you're dealing with the police, you don't know what type of cop you're gonna get. Same thing with Philando Castile, same thing with Michael Bland, same thing with the guy that was selling the CDs and shit, and they was wrestling with him and he lost his life over that shit, man. If you notice, and Sandra Bland too, but rest in peace, Sandra Bland, because she had mental problems, man. She ended up, taking her own self out. But if you go back down the timeline of histories of people of color, because that's what I'm touching on right now, and their interactions with the police and how they ended up dead, you will see that all of them, not some of them, but all of them was not complying and it was trying to fight back. And I'm just simply trying to say, stop that stupid shit because it's gonna get you killed. Stop listening to these left-wing politicians and whoever they supposed to be, leaders or whatever. They gonna get you killed. Matter of fact, they probably, I wouldn't put it past them to want to see you get killed so they can have an excuse to go out there and protest and riot and all that bullshit. What I'm trying to get y'all to understand is we live in a diabolical world full of people that got their own agendas and they willing to sacrifice you to further their cause, to further what they movement. They willing for you to go out. They don't have a problem with you fighting police and all that, hoping that the police fuck you up or kill you so they can have something to stand on to talk, to have their talking points and shit. They don't give a fuck about you at the end of the day, because if they really did give a fuck about you and they really cared about you and cared about you living, then they'd be like, you get pulled over by the police, respect them. You ain't even got to respect them. Just comply. Comply. If that woman would have just, when that cop initially ran up to her vehicle, all she had to do was just listen to what he had to say. That's all she had to do. If he wanted her to get out, she should have got out the car. If you want to put handcuffs on her, put the handcuffs on her. Go ahead and put the handcuffs on. But guess what? You're still alive. You got that incident got so many people mad and fired up. And everybody's saying, oh, they murderers. They killed that woman. They shot that woman in her face 3 times. They murdered that woman. That cop could have just jumped out the way. Avoiding the police and trying to escape from the police is not a death sentence. And you're right. You're absolutely right. But they leaving out the fundamental cause of what triggered this shit was her actions. It was her actions that put her foot on the gas pedal and she tried to get the fuck up out of there. And that cop saw that big ass truck coming at him. So he right, instead of him getting out the way and running, he took her out. He might have been an asshole cop, a trigger happy cop that was looking for a reason. That nigga probably had been wanting to use that gun since he became a police officer. This is why I tell you right now that when you encounter the police, law enforcement is 2 things on the line: your freedom and your life. You don't know what type of cop you're going to get. You don't know whether you're gonna get a dick. You don't know whether you're gonna get a cool ass cop or an asshole cop. Some cops don't give a fuck. Some cops, and this is no attack on police officers, because here in Gun Freak Nation, it's plenty of cops that's members of Gun Freak Nation. Many of them. So you'll never hear me speak bad on the police, even though it's a lot of assholes. It's a lot of them ain't shit. A lot of them want to instigate some shit to escalate it to the point to where they can kick your ass or shoot you down like a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, rest in peace to that woman, but she pretty much brought that shit on herself. Anybody in their right mind know that if you surrounded by cops and you in your car, you trying to escape and they in front of you, meaning that you pressing the gas and you got cops in front of you and with their guns and stuff out, man. Make that shit make sense. But she paid for that mistake with her fucking life. Like I say, rest in peace to her, but it's some things, if you want to be here on this earth and be alive and healthy, it's some things you just don't fucking do. You don't fucking do that. And we got a whole track record of other motherfuckers that don't been killed by the police to prove it. So when you listen to all these other, YouTube channels, oh man, they did her dirty, they was wrong, we need to start to defund the police, defund ICE and all that bullshit, man. Let's just be honest, man. A lot of motherfuckers don't fuck with Trump. They hate Trump. They don't like him. So anything that happens that can they can use for gasoline to spark up why everybody should hate Trump and all that shit. They gonna jump on it. They're gonna jump on that wagon. Despite whether the person that got unalived, whether they brought that shit on themselves or not, they hate Trump. They hate everything the niggas stand for. So they automatically gonna side with the victim. But I'm saying, if you're gonna keep it 100, if you're gonna keep the shit 100, man, she was wrong for what she did. It's not like they just walked up to the car and shot her. It ain't happen like that. But you would swear to God that listening to some of these other YouTube channels and some of these liberal politicians like that many Minnesota, I don't know what city that shit happened in, but that mayor is a motherfucker, ain't he? That nigga did a press conference. That nigga was in the press conference talking more shit than me, cussing more than me. And you a fucking mayor. And the whole reason why ICE been put in that position anyway is because of the previous administration leaving the fucking borders wide open for the last 4 years. And any and everybody came over. And I'm not against righteous people crossing into this, the border to have a better life. But a lot of the scum came over too. A lot of rapists, murderers. And if that's who they after, then let them motherfuckers get deported back to the fucking countries they came from. Okay? So that's the reason why they operating right now. Because of the bullshit that Biden and Kamala did. All right? Now, I feel bad for this beautiful woman, this beautiful white woman. I feel bad for her taking 3 bullets to the face. But I don't know what you was on, what the fuck you was thinking, and what made you think you was going to get away with trying to navigate around these ICE agents that simply was trying to, do a traffic stop on you for whatever reason. I can't stand people that have an agenda and they don't give a fuck who die over it. They just want to stoke it, stroke it, and just escalate the shit. No, I wouldn't be surprised if this shit turned into some rioting now, and it's gonna be even more people get fucked up, unalived and shit, man. if you walk away with anything, if anything, I want you to walk away, when I end this live, just know this, man. Anytime when you encounter police, especially if you get an asshole cop, don't try to hold court out in the streets, man. Don't fight, because you're not going to win that battle. You can put in a complaint, file a lawsuit, you can win that way, but it ain't gonna happen out there in the streets, man. You can't hold court in the streets, Simply comply, man. And I know I sound like a bitch right now, like a punk or whatever. I know that. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow when you got an asshole, get out the car, and talking all that shit. That would piss anybody the fuck off. But the bigger picture is, nigga, you trying to live another day. If you want to go out like that and be gunned down by the police because they don't piss you off, because you trying to fight back or you trying to escape and all that, that's on you. That's on you. Your life, you are the one that's solely responsible for your life. So if you ask me, I do wish the cop would have just jumped the fuck out the way and they could have just caught her ass. But he didn't feel like jumping that day. So that nigga reached for that gun in his holster and he shot her. He shot her. And it's justified, because using your car as a weapon, man, I never want to get hit by a car or ran over by a car. That's a deadly fucking weapon. And she should have known better. She should have known better. You say it's a different angle shows him being hit as he sidestepped. And I saw that. He definitely, and I'm not justifying his actions. All I'm trying to say is, in a situation, you don't know what type of cop that you're going to encounter. You don't know what type of cop. That cop might have been having a bad day. He might have just found out his wife cheating on him or something, and he taking that shit out on you. Cops are human beings, man. Cops can have mental issues just like me and you. That's just a job. You understand? And you don't know what type of cop, you don't know what mood that motherfucker gonna be in. You just don't know. So you got to play that shit cool. You got to be cool with that shit. Don't let them, I don't give a fuck if they cuss you out, slap you upside the head, which they ain't got no business doing. But I'm saying, anytime when you encounter the police, you better make that shit as fast, as quick as you possibly can. You don't want that shit to drag out, because the longer that shit drag out, the more chances the shit can go left. So I'm telling y'all right now, because I got love for y'all, and I don't want to see any of y'all on TV, on the news, being the top story, another person has been killed by law enforcement. It's bad enough that we got to deal with these fucking criminals out here, these fucking savages out here. It's even worse that we got to worry about the fucking cops now. So make that shit, hey, taking me to jail? Take me to jail. Put the cuffs on, take me to jail. You giving me a ticket, write my ticket, give it to me so I can go on about my business. But I'd be damned if I be out there trying to, arguing with a cop and debating with a cop. Nah, man, that ain't it. That's not the place for that shit. So yeah, my humble opinion is, man, it's a tragic situation. And if she would have just simply complied to whatever order they was to their orders, if she would have complied, I guarantee you that this woman would be here right now, alive. And she would be here right now instead of laying somewhere in the morgue with 3 holes in her face. She was wrong. And one thing about the left, about these left motherfuckers, they will never hold anybody accountable for their actions. She was wrong because she didn't know what type of cops she was dealing with. She was wrong. You don't use your car as a weapon, man, because the minute that she don't follow orders and she's constantly trying to gas that car up, I'm not saying she sped up or nothing, but the car was in motion, my nigga. And you better thank God that she wasn't black, right, people? To my right, Gun Freak Nation members, you better motherfucking thank God that she wasn't black, because if she was black, it would have been a racial thing. You feel me? It probably would. The buildings, your cities and towns, my nigga, would probably already be burned to the ground. Fuck being on fire. That shit probably would have already been burned down. I'm just keeping it all the way 100. You dig what I'm saying? But we can kill each other all motherfucking day, and they don't give a fuck. But let a white person or a white cop, especially if it's a white cop, do that shit. Make this shit make sense, my nigga. The world we living in is all kinds of fucked up. And it's all kinds of fucked up people with fucked up agendas, fucked up logic that's living in this motherfucker. So that's why I say don't trust nobody up in this bitch. Don't trust nobody, man. Don't trust nobody. Keep doing you and stop letting these people gas you up and shit. She brought it on her motherfucking self, man. She brought that shit on herself. You don't, it's just certain things you don't do. I was taught that shit. Thank you, HM SX6, man. Yeah, if she was protesting on the sidewalk, she would still be here. I don't know the back end of the story. I don't know. It seemed like she was blocking the street or something, man, with her vehicle, and they was trying to tell her to get the fuck out the way. And when she refused to do it, man, she brought that shit on herself. And I'm not saying she deserved death. No, she did not deserve death. But I am, once again, let me repeat myself. You don't know what type of cop that you're dealing with. You don't know what type of cop you're dealing with, man. And this is why she is dead right now. And I'm sick of motherfuckers trying to justify this shit instead of hold her accountable for the fuck shit that she did. You can't just point the finger at the police and be like, it's all their fault. You cannot do that. It's two parties involved at this time. And I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all get in, encounter the police, I'm telling you right now, you better, comply with what the fuck they say so you can live another motherfucking day. That's all I'm saying. The minute I know my rights. I ain't got to get out my motherfucking car. Fuck you, you pig. Fuck you. I know my motherfucking rights. That shit gonna get you fucked up. That's gonna get you fucked up. Listen to other motherfucker where you got your rights and shit. You ain't got to do this. You ain't got that shit gonna get you fucked up. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. This incident will not be the fucking last. It's gonna be many, many, many more incidents to come. Because you're gonna always have that motherfucker that think they big and bad and think they can just take on the whole motherfucking police force and they can't be fucking stopped. And then you're gonna have the liberal idiots that's rooting for the shit, saying, because they using it, they don't like Trump, they don't like what Trump fucking doing. They don't like that Trump is sending back fucking rapists and murderers and shit, my nigga. I feel bad for the innocent ones that came over here that really do want to have a better life, but I mean, this shit is so fucked up on all levels, if you ask me. And they was invited over here to replace the voting block, man. They, you know, who do you think they're gonna vote for? You think they're gonna vote for a Republican? And by no means, I'm not taking up for no motherfucking Republican, because I'm not a fucking Republican. I'm not no fucking Democrat. I'm not no motherfucking Republican. Because both of them motherfuckers, in my opinion, they part of the fucking system. The system is broken, my nigga, and it's been broken. They don't give a fuck about us. It's all about power. It's a power play, man. I get in power. I'm gonna fuck up the country some more. I'm gonna take your motherfucking tax money. I'm gonna spend this motherfucking tax money on whatever the fuck I want to spend it on, because I don't represent you, nigga. I'm your fucking leader. That's what the government is now. We a bunch of fucking slaves. We all in this shithole together. Whether we hustling or whether we working or whatever, our tax money is funding them, and they can do whatever the fuck they want to do with it. And we ain't gotta, we don't have no say. We don't have no say. That's how fucked up it is in this country. We can't even put a fucking suppressor on our fucking guns without going through all this bullshit red tape. We can't even put a stock on our pistols, our AR pistols, without dumb shit. And this is the shit that we've been dealing with and taking from off of them for the longest. Now, I'm not trying to instigate no insurrection or no revolution or no civil war or nothing like that, but I'm just telling you, we are all some fucking slaves, and the government got us by the balls, man. But let's get back on topic. I don't know who you are, Renee Good, but I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that shit happened to you. I'm so fucking sorry. You deserve to still be here. I don't know whether you was a mother, you know, a parent or not, but you should still be here. And I'm saying this out of respect, because I love people generally. I hate to see people mistreated. I hate to see people bullied. I hate to see people being victimized. I hate to see people being unalive. This is why I promote people buying guns for self-preservation, to protect your life and protect your family. But I'm gonna just say this: you made a mistake, sister. And don't listen to no idiots. You made a mistake. I don't know whether you freaked out. I don't know whether you was high. I don't know whether you was having an anxiety attack. I just don't know. But you made a mistake that cost you your life. And other people that happen to watch this video, I'm begging you, don't make that mistake. Your life is at risk. Anytime when you encounter the police, and it's fucked up for me to say that, comply. Just simply comply. It's not that hard. It's really kind of easy. Just comply. And when you comply, man, so much bullshit, so much fuck shit can be avoided. You feel me? So much fuck shit can be avoided if you just simply comply. Now, I know I got a hot-head motherfucker out there. Nah, T, you ain't shit, man. You telling us to be punks and all that, man. I'm telling you to stay the fuck alive. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you to stay the fuck alive, because you're not going to run against these police officers. You're not going to win that fight. It's not going to happen. It ain't going to go down like that. It's not going to go down like that, my brother or my sister. But people were so fucking pissed off, man. They mad. And they got a right to be mad. But I'm telling you, you got to hold all sides accountable, man. And fuck that bullshit that Trump's saying. You know, Trump, that nigga about to be 80 years old, or he might already be 80. I don't know. I still fuck with the nigga, but I don't agree with it. I'm not one of them ass-kissing niggas that got his head stuck all up Trump ass. No. If I see the nigga doing something wrong, I'm gonna call the nigga out on this shit, you know. So for him to go out there and do that press conference, or you know, get on the TV and be like, yeah, she ran over the cop. She ran over him. She didn't run over him. She might have hit the nigga a little bit, nipped him a little bit, nicked him a little bit, but she didn't run over him. Like the nigga was underneath the car and she dragging the motherfucker. No, that did not happen. It didn't go down like that. No, me personally, if I was that cop that was in front of the car and she was coming at me, I probably would have tried to just move the fuck out the way, and it just would have been a pursuit. It would have been a car chase. But like I say, you cannot expect you and everybody else. Like I said, this might have been one of them trigger-happy motherfuckers. You see the cop that shot the woman in the face because he assumed she was about to throw a pot of hot water on him when all he had to do was just jump the fuck out the way. And that nigga got convicted. Amen to the jury for convicting his bitch ass for doing that whole ass shit. All right? So he might have been one of them types. Or he could have been one of the ones, the Geronimo type niggas. The one that killed, what's his name? Castile? What's the brother name? I forget his name. But he could have been one of them types, you know? And that brother, you know, like I say, that was a fucked up situation. He kind of brought that shit on himself too. George Floyd brought that shit on himself. Not saying he deserved it, because when they got the handcuffs on George Floyd, he was in their custody. So that bitch ass Derek Chauvin didn't have no business putting his knee on that man's neck when he was already handcuffed. But what I'm telling you is, it didn't have to get to point B if George would have simply complied. You know what I'm saying? It didn't even have to escalate to point B. You dig? So I want y'all to stay the fuck alive, man. Treat every encounter that you have with law enforcement as if it's a life or death situation. Like I'm gonna say this again. Anytime when you encounter law enforcement, there's two things on the line. Remember this: your freedom and your life. They're gonna ask you, they're gonna tell you, and then they're gonna make you. And during that phase, they making you, they will take your fucking life. That's enough said. Say less. Take heed to what I'm telling you. Because if she simply would have just complied, they probably weren't going to take her to jail. They probably was going to tell her to just get the fuck on. Leave this area. But instead, she got to freak out and be trying to do all this extra shit that got her killed. It's just that simple, y'all. Okay, you said, what's up, Bolo? What's up, Gun Freak Nation family? All I know is I hope they don't pass these gun ban laws. The savages fucking it up for us all. I want you to know this, that this government don't represent my brother Bolo. This government is not for you. It's not for your best interests. Anybody that's implementing new laws that's going to put you or make it difficult for you to have a weapon, they put you at a disadvantage, because savages, these criminals, these savages out here, as we already know, they don't follow the law. They don't obey the law. So they can have, you know, a savage can have an AR pistol with a stock on it, with a vertical grip on it, you know, with the super safety, with the FRT trigger on it. He don't have to, you know, that's the advantage he got. He don't have to obey the laws like a law-abiding citizen does. So really, all gun control is, they want control over us. That's all it is. Remove the word gun from gun control, you got control. They want control over us. They're telling us what they think what's best for us. They think they telling us what type of weapons. They matter of fact, they don't even want us to. If it was up to the left, and this is why I be more so hard on the left than I do the Republicans, even though they both ain't shit. But the left motherfuckers, they even more diabolical, because they want you to live in a world full of savages and not be armed. They don't even want you to have the guns to defend yourself against these funky motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? That's the low point for me. That's why niggas be like, T, but you rock with Trump and you bang last year. You was what? Hell yeah, I'm gonna rock with any motherfucker that's not against me deeply owning a firearm, a gun, a AR. You think I'm gonna pick Biden over Trump when Biden said it out of his own motherfucking mouth that we should all just have shotguns? What do you need an AR-15 for? What do you need that for? What do you need 30 rounds for? You can't shoot for shit. All you need is the shotgun, brother. All you need is the shotgun that hold one fucking shell. That's all you need. Man, you better get the fuck out my face. You better get the fuck out my face when you got savages out there with Glocks with the switches and extendos and AKs, you know, Dracos, AR-15s, AR-15 pistols, man. No, man, I never want to be in a situation where I'm outgunned or put at a disadvantage. So anybody that's against me having guns and stoking all these gun control bills can suck my cock. You can suck my cock, goddammit. Because I ain't going to say dick because YouTube been on me lately, you know. But yeah, y'all can suck my dick. I don't have time for the motherfucking games. And stop listening to these fucking radical idiots out there that's saying they oh, she was murdered. They just flat out killed him. But they you notice how they casually skip over the fact that she used her fucking truck as a fucking weapon? Okay, my brother Brandon, Democrats have killed 70 million Black biblical Hebrew babies in the words. Can you explain that to me? Brandon, I've been trying to get you to come on the live. I've been trying to get you to come on this live. And I want you to come on. The invitation still stands, brother, because you got a lot to speak on. You hear me? And I want you to come and voice your opinion. You feel me? But once again, rest in peace to Renee Good, man. Beautiful woman, man. Shot in the face 3 times. I don't understand. People freak out and they had panic attacks. I don't know what it was or why she did it, but I hate that she did it because she's no longer here now. She's no longer here. She ain't never coming back. It's like she never existed. And I know her family is hurt. My nigga, I've lost many family members and relatives and shit. And that shit is painful. Don't nothing sting like losing someone you love, someone you dearly love, man. This is why I say life is precious, man. Life is short. But don't bring the wrath of the police down on you by not complying to the orders that they ordering you to do something, man. And if you don't follow those orders, then you're pretty much resisting at that point. So I cannot think for the cop that pulled the trigger. I don't know what was going through his mind. I guess he's trying to make it back home to his family. I don't know what I would do if I see somebody in a vehicle and they coming for me and they clearly see me. They clearly see that I am a police officer and they're coming for me. They're trying to ram me with their vehicle. I don't know how, because at that point, it's a split-second decision that you got to make. Me personally, I probably would have jumped my motherfucking ass out the way. But he chose not to do that. But every action has a reaction. Remember that. If she wouldn't have reacted the way, if she wouldn't have acted the way that she did with using her car as a weapon or to try to get them, I don't know whether that was her intent or not. But see, I'm hearing people like other YouTube channels, big YouTube channels saying, well, she was just merely trying to escape. But we don't know that. We don't, if I'm on the other side of that car and I'm facing that car, I don't know that. All I know is she clearly see me, but she's still moving forward towards me. Thank you, HM 6 man. Okay, you said an agent was previously ran over in other cases. That if that's true, if that turns out to be true, and if other motherfuckers tried to run that same agent over, he might have been like, "Oh hell no, I'm not. Fuck this. Enough is enough. This gonna be the last time somebody try to run me over." It could have been a situation like that. You don't know what was going on in the cop's mind. He might have really did think that that lady was trying to run him over, when in her mind, she might have been just trying to, escape from the situation. Anywhere it go, man, that shit was what she did. It was fucked up. It was fucked up. When you get stopped, like if it's a traffic stop, let them conduct the stop. Let them do what they do. Whether you go to jail, and if you go into jail, that means you already done some shit, and you might have a warrant out for you, or you might owe tickets or whatever. If you got a warrant out on you and you owe tickets or whatever, then nigga, you shouldn't even be out there behind the wheel anyway. You ain't gonna catch me out in the motherfucking streets, period. If I know that I'm wanted. That I never did understand a motherfucker that old tickets, got warrants, know that if they get caught, they going to jail, and they still out there driving a car with their tags expired on that motherfucker, no insurance or whatever, and they get stopped by the police and they act like they shocked and they want to fight. Nigga, you know you was in the fucking wrong in the first fucking place. So how you gonna get mad at them? Get mad at your motherfucking self. Because ultimately, you the one that put yourself in this situation. You got to, at some point, you got to hold yourself accountable, even for your fuck ups. Me back in the day, I was one of them motherfuckers, man. Didn't have no driver's license, didn't have, my tags expired, just all kind of shit I used to do to have little shortcuts. Because I was a stingy motherfucker and didn't want to pay for all that shit, until I finally learned, when the cop, and even back then, cops would catch me. They'd be like, man, go on and take that regular motherfucker back home and park that bitch. And if I catch you again, I'm gonna tow that bitch and take you to jail. I had cool ass cops like that. But one cop was like, nigga, I'm giving you a ticket. Well, he didn't say nigga, but I'm giving you a ticket. And I said, you know what, man, I gotta change my life around and just do better. And I got my license, and I got, I ain't old tickets like that, but whatever it was, whatever I needed to do to clean up my record and shit, I did it. And you can do it too. So if you riding dirty like that song, I'm riding dirty. I know I butchered that motherfucking song, that riding dirty song. But I'm just saying, if you get stopped by the police, don't act brand new, like you don't know what the fuck is going on, man. But rest in peace, man, to Renee Good, man. I'm going to do another video on her. Me and First Lady, we're going to do a video on that situation. But I just hope that this shit don't turn ugly into, now niggas all on CNN talking about, well, this shit might be another Rodney King. Not Rodney King, but another George Floyd. It might be rioting going on and shit, man. Come on. And I ain't even trying to come off like I'm heartless, like I don't care about the woman losing her life. What I do care about is this. How about you? I don't care who you are. If you get stopped by the police, whether it's ICE, police, whatever, traffic, it don't matter. Comply, man. Don't never, ever, I don't give a fuck if that cop the biggest fucking asshole. Don't never let nobody break your cool and take you out of your element, because as soon as you get upset, man, it ain't gonna end well, because that's when you're gonna start doing irrational shit, and shit gonna slowly escalate. Sometimes it can escalate, go from 1 to 100. 0 to 100 in seconds. So you have to treat this shit accordingly. You know, you don't let nobody break your cool. Like, hey, what's up, officer? You know, I get pulled over by the police. I'm gonna be like, how you doing, officer? You know, I first and foremost, thank you for your service, man. You put on that uniform every day, not knowing whether you're gonna make it back home or not. So if it's something that I did, I apologize. But here, first and foremost, here's my hands right here. So you can see them, because I'm not gonna put them on the steering wheel. Most motherfuckers say put on, hell no. Because the cop will think you getting ready to take off on them. Here's my hands, officer. And I have my CPL, my concealed pistol license. I have my driver's license. I have my insurance and my registration. How would you like to proceed? Simply saying that right there, and he see your hands, he know you ain't gonna be on no bullshit. You done made it a lot easier for him. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. And of course, you may get some asshole cops. Man, fuck you. Get the fuck on off the car. Guess what? I'm going to get my motherfucking ass off the car. And if he hit me or mistreat me or whatever, then I'm going to ask for his badge number. And I'm going to go down there to the police station. I'm going to file a fucking complaint. And if we have to go to a point of lawsuit where I'm filing a lawsuit, then so be it. But the point of the matter is I'm still alive to be able to do that shit versus matching his energy, which gonna ultimately get me fucked up or get me killed. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes, man, you just gotta utilize your common sense that God gave you. But a lot of people lack fucking common sense, and they dumb as fuck, and you can't listen to idiots like that because they will get you killed at the end of the day. This shit ain't about no black and right no more. This shit is about right and wrong. That's what it's all about. But rest in peace, man. I'm about to jump off, and I'll probably go back live later tonight. I got a new video that's gonna premiere tonight at midnight. I want you to smash the like button, subscribe button, share, smash it like a funky ass savage. You feel me? Yeah. I feel you, HM. Some people, I feel like this, man. Being a black man, and I ain't even trying to make this shit racial, but my parents instilled in me, and it's sad to do it, but it's sad to say this, but they instilled in me a certain ways how you move as being a person of color, because you just got to move differently, man. Don't give a person a reason to shake you down because you already being looked at as a criminal anyway. And that's no indictment on all white people. It's right. I love y'all. You feel me? The ones that's racist and ignorant, you can eat a dick. You can suck a dick. Cause y'all regular white people get it bad because the racist motherfuckers make y'all look bad. Just like black people get it bad when you got the ignorant criminal motherfuckers. They lump us all together. So we both catching it on both ends, my nigga. It's just a fucked up world that we live in. So you got to move accordingly. Now, me, if I would have been in that motherfucking truck and they went up to my motherfucking window, I'm like, how you doing, officer? First and foremost, I'm not gonna be lingering in a protest zone or whatever the fuck was going on. I'm gonna be like, how you doing, officer? Thank you for your services and for keeping my neighborhood safe against these savages. That's exactly what the fuck I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be like, what's your name? I'm gonna give you a shout out on my YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I do appreciate law enforcement, because if it wasn't for them, it would be chaos and motherfucking disorder out in these streets right now. So you would never see T criticizing the police as a whole. Of course they got assholes, just like every other job occupation gonna have an asshole in it. They ain't nothing special. They gonna have their assholes, but it's all in how you interact with them. You know what I'm saying? Comply. I'm not telling you to kiss they fucking boot or drop down to their knee. No, nigga, just do what the fuck they ask you to do. And you gonna know whether they on some fuck shit or not. And you put your complaint in. It's, you know, problem solved. You know what I'm saying? You ain't the first and you're not gonna be the fucking last. It's just that simple. But anyway, y'all, man, I'm about to jump off this bitch, man. I appreciate you. Okay, HM, I'm an officer and I've never arrested a person in a suit or a church dress. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, man. See, you know what? My intuition was true about you, HM. I kind of felt like he was law enforcement. You feel me? And like I say, when I'm gonna call that shit out. When a cop do some fuck shit, I'm gonna call that motherfucker out. Like that Derek Chauvin, the one that fucked up George Floyd. I'm gonna call his ass out on that shit, man. But does he represent every single cop? No, he don't. He do not. You know, did George Floyd deserve what happened to him? No, he did not. But if he would have initially at point A just complied and be like, hey man, take me to jail, give me my ticket, and not freaking out and all that shit, man, the nigga would still be here. He would still be alive. If Michael Bland, you know, hands up, hands up, hands up, if he wouldn't have been trying to fight with the cop, he would still be alive, right? If Philando Castile would have simply said, here's my hands. I have a CPL. I am armed. I have my driver's license and my insurance and whatever the fuck that, he would still be alive. He would still be alive. If Sonia Bland wouldn't have ran off at the mouth, she would still be alive. But leave it to the Al Sharptons, you know, the race hustlers and motherfuckers like that. They gonna skip over all of the shit that caused the shit, the initial cause of the problem. They gonna skip over all that shit and just say, hey, another, you know, black person was killed by the police. Despite that, this motherfucker, remember that incident that happened about 4 or 5 years ago when the nigga got out and he beat a cop ass and then he think the nigga had a knife and all that, but when one of the cops shot him, oh man, a riot damn near broke out. Motherfucker, what? Oh my God, these fucking liberals, man. This motherfucker, I remember it was like a nigga, he had 2 baby mamas or something. Remember that shit? It was like 3 or 4 years ago. The nigga had 2 baby mamas. They got into it, was fighting, and they called the police out. And the nigga, you know, had a gun and he beat one of the cops' ass. I mean, come on, man. It's some shit that you just don't do. You just don't do certain shit, man. And then when something happened to you, it's the end of the fucking world. You know, motherfuckers want to go crazy. But we can kill each other. In the meantime, we can kill each other all motherfucking day. Nobody got a problem with that. That's just regular nigga shit. That's every day in the hood. 2 niggas fighting. 2 niggas don't kill each other. We don't give a fuck. Nigga, your life is only valuable when somebody right do it, or a right cop or a police officer in general do it. That's when your life is valuable. But we can kill each other all motherfucking day and ain't nobody gonna give 2 fucks but lay in their bed and rub on their balls. That's all they gonna do. They niggas is 2 niggas done got killed. Killing each other. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. No one cares. Is somebody out there dying right now? It's a savage out there doing the work of the devil right now. Who fucking cares? But because it was an ICE agent and everybody know that Trump, the one that sent them there, oh man, niggas is fired the fuck up. And when I say niggas, I'm talking about white niggas, black niggas, Mexican niggas, Asian niggas, Indian niggas. I'm niggas, the left, them motherfuckers is fired the fuck up and don't give a fuck. And I wouldn't be surprised if Minneapolis burned down because of this shit. Minnesota, I wouldn't be surprised if some riots break out. You got them Antifa motherfuckers. You got the Black Lives Matter motherfuckers, that fraudulent motherfuckers. See, now I'm getting in my feelings. I'm getting pissed off because I don't like how Black Lives Matter played us. Had everybody wearing them goddamn t-shirts and shit. And them niggas took all the fucking money and bought mansions and shit in the Caribbeans. And they was and I'm not homophobic, but the leaders of them motherfuckers was dykes and shit, man. Whatever you call them, lesbians. You know what I'm saying? And the money that them niggas made, Lord have mercy, man. Did they give it back to the black community? Where the niggas that they was protesting came from? No. They donated that money to the LGBTQ. And you know, like I said, she is not homophobic or nothing like that. I'm just telling you what it is and what they stood for. You know what I'm saying? It was all a scam, no different than the preacher that got the church at the corner, man. We've been, as black people, we have been manipulated and pimped by motherfuckers like that and the Democrats forever. And the minute that you say something about it, nah, motherfucker, you's a sellout. You's a motherfucking coon. Nigga, I'm telling the motherfucking truth. The Democratic Party ain't did shit for us. It ain't gonna do shit for us. And all them migrants and shit that they let come over, even the criminals, they your motherfucking replacement, nigga. Dumb motherfuckers. I believe that too. I believe that problem is the permissive and avoidance attitude officers have now is leading to a deterioration of people's quality of life, especially to the most vulnerable people in poor communities. I believe that, you know, I really do. I believe that, man. I mean, things had got so out of control with them George Floyd riots and shit, man. They took the show cops off of TV for a minute, man. I mean, it was just, and then you had to defund the police motherfuckers. What I want to know is who was the motherfucker that thought of defunding the fucking police, where it can be absolutely like the wild, wild west out there, lawlessness. This is the type of crazy motherfuckers that we're dealing with. Dangerous motherfuckers like that, man. A nigga like that think that way, that we should defund the police, that nigga is dangerous. That's a dangerous individual right there. And at the same damn time, they don't want you to have guns to protect yourself. Somebody, come on, man. Make this shit make sense. You can't even make this shit up. But anyway, to that beautiful young lady that lost her life, I don't know whether you was high. I don't know whether you was having anxiety or panic attack. I don't know whether you just freaked out, scared. But I'm sorry, sister, that happened to you. I'm so sorry that your family got to go through that. And that's why I'm telling y'all right now, I say I got to go live and be like, look, let me talk about this shit. I've did it before many, many times, and I'll do it again. Anytime when you encounter law enforcement, there's two things on the line: your freedom and your life. Make that interaction with that police officer as quick as possible so you can get back to your life, man. So you can get back home to the people that really do, love you. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to hold court out in these streets, man. But she used her car, or was she was attempting to use her car as a weapon. I don't know no other way to call that shit. Anytime when the police tell you to stop, possibly get out your car, and you refuse their orders, and instead you hit the gas and you trying to move, and there's cops in front of you, what the fuck you expect them to do? You didn't really give them any other recourse. Me personally, I would have probably tried to jump out the way before I take your life, but you cannot expect of you and everybody else. That's what I would have did. That's what T would have did. The cop chose to do the opposite. And he won't be held accountable. He will not go to jail because it's simple, man. It's clear cut self defense. It's clear cut self defense. You feel me? But anyway, okay, Midwest Rifleman, if you are an urban cop and experience the revolving door of the justice system, there's some truth to that, Midwest Rifleman. It's definitely some truth to that. Oh man, you know. Anyway, y'all, I'm off this bitch. I'll probably go live around midnight. Check out the video that's premiering. That's just my, I'm not trying to offend nobody or ruffle nobody's feathers. It's just my 2 cents, man. My humble opinion is she fucked up. She might have been trying to simply remove herself from that situation, but come on, man. Her doing that escalated that. And in the cop's mind, she's using that weapon she's using that vehicle as a weapon. That's what was going on in that cop's mind. So she was wrong. And she was the cause of her own death with her actions. And with that being said, I appreciate every single one of y'all for tapping in. And I'll probably go live again later tonight. But God bless her soul. God bless that woman's soul, man. It's an unfortunate situation that happened. You feel me? Anyway, Gun Freak Nation, Michael Boone, the Democratic Party let all the illegals in because they knew they were losing the power of the black vote. So they wanted to create a new voting power of illegal immigrants. Hey, I agree with you 1,000%, man. They diabolical like a motherfucker, and they not to be trusted. They tell poor people of color to blame all their problems on rich white people or the Republicans. But the Democrats is probably richer than the rich white people or the Republicans. Them motherfuckers is rich they damn self. I just make it make sense. But I'm tired of y'all using the same old funky ass tricks y'all been using, always hiring these sellout celebrities and to come and tell us who to vote for. Then they're trying to shame us. You know what I'm saying? But I don't participate in none of that shit, man. Because at the end of the day, you are participating in a broken system that ain't gonna never be fucking fixed. This shit ain't gonna never end, nigga. You born to be a slave and you born to die. You born and you gonna work all your life and then you gonna die. It's just as simple as that. Pick a side. I'm not picking neither one of them motherfuckers because I don't have any faith in any system that's broken, that's fucked up. I don't have any faith in any government that treats you like you subpar. You know what I'm saying? Like you a fucking slave. Them niggas won every motherfucking thing in DC. They take our taxes, they spend it on whatever the fuck they want to spend it on. They can take our tax money and have $1 million missile and drop it on a boat that costs $100, like they did over in Venezuela. And I told y'all I ain't gonna even get on that shit. I told y'all niggas that this shit was about the oil in the first fucking place. Anybody that think that shit was really about some drugs, I ain't gonna even insult you by calling you a stupid, dumb motherfucker. That shit was about the oil to begin with, man. And the drugs was just an excuse to get in there. Greenland or Cuba, mark my motherfucking words, is going to be next. Is it Iceland or Greenland? One of them, Trump a motherfucking gangster, man. He said Greenland has got to go. And I'm not surprised if Cuba be next. Cuba sits 80 miles off the coast of Florida, man, off our coast. So them niggas been How in the fuck they been able to get away with that shit for all these decades in the first fucking place? Russia ain't gonna come to their aid. Russia can't even take out Ukraine, which is right next door. They next door neighbor. Them niggas can't. They ain't shit. That's why, you know, I feel like when they saw that Russia couldn't take out Ukraine, and when Ukraine, remember that time when Ukraine bombed all these strategic bombers and shit, and Russia didn't even really respond. They, you know, they bombed them after that, but they, come on, man. So they like, oh shit, Russia weak as hell. The only thing they got that's saving them is the 5,000 nuclear weapons that they own, that they have in their possession. Other than that, they ain't shit. Russia ain't shit. They military ain't shit. They couldn't even take out little ass Ukraine. So yeah, Cuba may be next. Greenland may be next. Colombia might be next. Who knows? Trump done went crazy on this shit, man. That nigga done turned into the peacetime president to the I'm taking your shit president. If I don't like you, motherfucker, you got to go. That's the type of nigga Trump ass is, man. That nigga, boy, that motherfucker is something else. You hear me? But rest in peace to Renee Good. And I'm out this bitch, man. You know, see y'all tonight. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll be back later tonight. I'm gonna go live, talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. You feel me? I might even throw the link up and have some of y'all motherfuckers join me. You feel me? But I appreciate you, and much love to the Gun Freak Nation, baby. Much love.